Hello, welcome back to the Levitt Creative channel. In this video, we're going to do a Procreate mini lesson for beginners, tailored for beginners, but anyone can do it. And we're going to do the balloon that you see in this little piece of artwork that we've got going on. So I'm going to start with Unsplash Me. This is where I find all of my stock photos. So I make sure I'm not stealing anyone's art that, I'm going to look and find a heart balloon. And I picked this one because it had the best one basically that I could find for this video, and I'm going to end up cropping it a lot anyways. So I'm going to import the photo in the Actions tab, zoom in on that photo using my fingers, and I'm just going to, I'm not going to fit it perfectly to the canvas. I just brought it closer to the balloon that I'm going to base my shape off of. And then I'm going to use the monoline brush on a small setting, I think it was about 10%, to trace around the balloon. And I found this was easiest if you started from the bottom. If you started from the top, it was hard to link the two parts together. I erased a little part at the bottom so that I could add the tie. And I just wanted to make sure I liked how that looked. We're going to add that little circle with lines attaching it, and then a string. And first I made the string kind of slanted, but then I realized that I didn't want it slanted, so I redid it without the photo, just so I could make it what I wanted it to be rather than trying to make it what the other one was. And I redo this a handful of times. Okay, so now we're going to start getting into the color portion. So we've got our outline. And I picked just a pinky color. You could pick any color. You could pick red, you could pick pink, you could pick white. If it's not for Valentine's Day, you could pick any color, really. So we're going to use the selection tool and use automatic, tap inside the circle, and then tap the brush and color it in. I love the selection tool. I use it all the time. It's one of the best tools I think Procreate has to offer. Now we're going to make a clipping mask layer on top of our color layer. Because they're separate, this makes it really easy to keep it separate from our line art. This is something I do a lot of times, so if you don't learn it now, you could learn it in some of my other videos. So I'm then going to pull the art photo to the side so I can see how the shading is. I'm probably not going to do the exact thing, but we're going to make it pretty similar too. So first we're going to add kind of the highlighting and shadows. So I'm going to add that. I'm going to add a darker color, and yeah, it looks a little wonky right now, but we're going to Gaussian blur it in a second. So we're going to make this lighter. And I sped things up today, and it sped it up really weird, so I'm sorry that looks like not normal as it normally does. So we're going to do Gaussian blur, and I did it to about 22%, but you can do to what you prefer. You'll just drag from left to right to change it. I'm now going to brighten the color up just a little bit. That's in the adjustments, hue, saturation, and brightness, and I just drag the brightness up a little bit. And now we are going to add just a couple more shadows, just where like the light's really bright in that top left corner. And so we're going to add that. And I'm going to Gaussian blur that just a little bit, just the same way I did it the first time. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more light. I hate how skippy this is. I'm so sorry. It's a little bit harder to watch, but I added some color, light color on that one side, and then Gaussian blurred it. And I did make both of those layers an overlay layer, and that just makes it so it stays the same hue of the colors. So I did overlay, and I made it like a grayish color because it's in a grayscale. That's just so it could stay similar to the color that we're using. And there's that. Again, I'm going to brighten it up, the saturation and the brightness just a little bit, just because I felt like it was kind of grungy for Valentine's Day. But if you like the color I chose, it's not bad. I just feel like Valentine's Day is so bright and happy. So now we're going to add a background color. I like this teal color. And then we're going to go ahead and add a cute little "Will You Be My Valentine" to the side. So I'm going to swipe right on all of my layers and then tap the transform tool or the cursor, and I'm going to move and resize how it fits perfectly. You could put it in the middle if you wanted to, but I wanted to put it off to the side. I'm going to use a 6B pencil that I've made the size bigger in the properties section. And once I find the right size, I'm going to have it say "Be My Valentine." And that is basically it for the day. I hope that this was helpful for you. My Valentine ended up being a little bit bigger, so I'm going to end up just writing it out anyways and then resizing it to what fits best. I'm also going to make it so the "Be My" is centered on top of it with the selection tool, freestyle or freehand, and then tap the transform tool to move it over. If there's specific things you'd like to learn in future videos, feel free to leave a comment. I try to respond to every single one. We're also going to add a little drop shadow. So we were done. Sorry. I duplicated it, made it alpha locked, and then I filled the layer with color to change the color of it. And then I just transformed it just a little bit down to the side so it made that shadow. And now I'm going to make a little shadow beneath these two objects, so it looks like they're hovering in the air. So yeah, that is now officially that is our tutorial for today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If this video was helpful for you, it would probably be helpful for someone else. And thank you so much. This is me resizing the canvas just to finish off the piece, so this spacing was a little bit better. And there we go. Thanks for watching and tuning in to the Levitt Creative channel. Have the best day.